This is our floral box card. And box cards are, I feel like they're really a cute card, and I enjoy making them. You can make them any design, but this one is flowers, like a little flower garden. So you are going to make the envelope first. Well, I like to start with the envelope. You see, you just fold in the bottom flap, run a tiny bead of glue around the edge, and then you'll fold in your side flaps. Now this envelope is patterned on one side and plain on the other. If you are mailing it, I would put the pattern on the inside, which just means the pattern's going to be face side up when you're folding your envelope. And if you're giving it in person or going to use labels for your mailing, then you can use the pattern on the outside. But it's that simple. The envelope comes together really quick. Now we will start assembling the base of the box card. You're going to take the large panel piece and you're going to apply it to the largest panel on the box base. Just a little dab of glue will do, especially if you're using the Barely Art glue that we use in the studio. It's the best glue. Now once that's secure, it really helps me to flip the card over. Not over, but turn it upside down, I suppose, so that you will put the sentiments facing the right way. So this will come with 4 panels. There are 3 plain panels and 1 patterned panels, and 1 that says happy birthday. Now if you're giving it for any other occasion, just use the patterned panels. And if you are giving it for a birthday, then just replace the middle panel with the happy birthday greeting. And we're just going to glue those down. You're going to align them with the fold, the score mark where the fold is. I just like to check and make sure that I'm putting the sentiment in the correct spot. But it is that middle of the 3 panels. These box cards, if you ever want to do one for a different occasion, or for anyone for any occasion, we're happy to help you design a different style of box card. I've done Star Wars, I've done Minecraft, I've done birthday, I've done gymnastics, playing gamers. I really gotten I got into these box cards for a while, and they were kind of my go-to card for people. So I've made it for my children, my friends, my friends' children, my children's friends. Everybody really seems to like them. So now we'll assemble the box itself. So we will run a little dot of glue down the side over here where the tab is, and then we're going to basically fold the card in half over the tab and just make sure that that's secure, because you will want that adhesive to have taken hold before you stand it up. Now once you stand it up and kind of get the shape there, so you see it's the box part. So we'll take the little tabs that go on the inside. They are scored on either end, and you'll see how they fold over easily. And there will be 2 of those for this card. And so you're going to apply a little bit of glue. Oh, I'm sorry, there's 3. This is what happens when you voice over after you make the videos. So every box card is different. You can have 2, 3, 4. I think I've had some with 5 tabs in them before, the bigger they get. But you're just going to put a little dab of glue on each tab, and then you're going to press it in just below. You just want to go a little bit down, just like a fraction of an inch down below the edge of the card. You can kind of see there about where I put it. And you just kind of stick your finger in there and kind of press those tabs to the side and make sure that they are adhered to the side. And you're going to do this with all your tabs. And sometimes it helps to kind of fold the card flat like that to make sure that they are lined up correctly, the score marks are in the right place, and that they are adhered. So you will stack these, I hope you can see well in the video, you will stack these where the edge of the second tab is just right up against the first. I hope that makes sense. But you can kind of see how they're going to kind of line up in here. So now once all of our tabs are secured and in place and we're happy with the placement of them, we can set the box aside and we can start assembling the items that are going to come out of the box. So for this one, you'll see that we have, I'm so sorry, you'll see that we have all these little flowers, and I usually like to line them all up and just before I start to glue them and make sure which flower goes on which stem. There's really not a right or wrong stem. You can just pick which flower you think looks best, and you're going to assemble all of your pieces of your flowers. Some have the little dots in the center. So once you've got those all ready, we'll just start assembling the flower heads. And again, there's not really a right or wrong way to do these flowers. I'm putting them together the way that they're designed. However, I've had plenty of times when I just did on a whim, just whichever flowers I thought looked cuter together. Sometimes I'd stack different flowers on top of each other. But for this, you can just add your centers, and then once your flowers are assembled, go ahead and glue them to the stems. There are little dots at the end of the stems, just where your flower will perfectly rest, your flower head will perfectly rest. You may notice my flower compared to yours, my little blue purple flower right there, it's missing a petal, and I just did not want to go back and cut the flower again. Yours will not be missing the petal. I made sure when all the kits were put together, they did have all their petals. Mine got torn off, but I thought it's fine. But you can't even really tell once the card's put together. Now, once all your flowers are assembled, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had that glue on that one. This is such a long video. I did not want to start this voiceover again, so here you go. So once you've gotten all your flowers assembled, you can really decide which ones you like better in the front and the back. You do not have to put them in the order that I have put them in. That's the whole point of handmade. You can make it custom. You can make it however you want. So you're just going to put the flowers. What you'll do is you'll glue them to your tab. You see the little tabs that we put in. You're just going to run a little line of glue, and you're going to glue them in. The one thing you do need to make sure is that they stay within the line. They can't really go too much out of the line of the back of the card, the top of it. You don't want to be too tall so that they will fit in the envelope. I've done that before myself. When I was putting these box cards together, I made it look really cute. Everything was just adorable, and then I flattened it and went to put it in the envelope in the card, and it did not fit. So just make sure that when you're putting your flowers and your leaves in, that they do not extend past what the card will be flat when it's flat. And I'm just going to check here to make sure that all of my flowers are adhered. And that, I think that looks really cute. Now this card, of course, it folds flat for mailing, and that's one of the things I like about that. You can just fold it flat like that, and it will fit straight up in your envelope. And this is just such a cute little card.